Okay, so I want to talk to you about how being in scarcity or being in a lack mindset where you're really afraid of like where your money's gonna come, or you're not really sure if you're gonna be able to hit your goals financially, or if there's some sort of fear around money coming up for you. I want to remind you that in these states where you are experiencing your greatest amount of fear and lack mentality is actually when you are in a gold mine for money. This is when you can actually experience the most amount of your growth. Hey guys. So when we're in these states of scarcity is when all our limiting beliefs and all our fears are so true to us and so real to us that the point we feel them in our body. We feel the stress of thinking, I don't have enough. We feel the stress of thinking, I won't be able to get what I want. We feel the stress of feeling, I am not enough to get what I want. I don't have enough time, right? I don't have enough love. Like, we feel this in our bodies. And that's why when we're in this state of scarcity, it is our greatest gift because we have the opportunity to be so fucking aware of it that we can actually rewrite that for ourselves. And a lot of people think that like doing money mentality work is all about like journaling in your journal or like writing down my money beliefs and deciding to change it, or like saying affirmations out loud and like always telling myself like money loves me and I love money and there's just more money left over for everyone. Well, yes, like that is a really powerful way to transform your money mindset, but it's even more powerful when you are in this scarcity mindset and then you choose to actually feel and think those thoughts. For example, let's say you are broke as hell and you can't even think about going to a restaurant. You can't even think about buying something that you really like because you're in this state of scarcity mindset. That would be the most powerful time for you to actually step into an abundance mindset and make money. When you go to buy something and you're experiencing a lot of fear, right? So this is what most people do when they buy something. They have their credit card, and let's say this purchase is a stretch. It's something that could be a little bit uncomfortable for you to be purchasing, right? Like we've all had those times where the person at the cash is just like, oh, it's like $350 or it's $500 or it's $4,000, right? We all have our different money levels for what's uncomfortable for us. But the person will say, okay, so this is $300. And you instantly feel in your body, there's like a sinking feeling. There's like, whew, right? And you go and you make the purchase. So what happens in that moment is money is energy, right? And energy is emotions, right? Emotions is energy in motion. So when you put this emotional intention into your purchase, when you take your credit card and you buy from a space of, holy fuck, this is a lot of money. And you think the thoughts that come up for you when scarcity happens. So you go, holy fuck, this is a lot of money. Holy shit, am I going to be able to make this money back? Oh my God, like this really costs a lot and it's making me really uncomfortable. When you purchase from that mindset, that is the intention that you're putting into the money that you're putting out there. So you're creating more lack mentality for yourself. But if you have the awareness and if you have the ability to go out, feel all the fear, grab what you actually want in the store, go up to the cashier, listen to the number she tells you, feel the fear again, and then instead of buying with the fear, but deciding to rewrite that fear by changing your mind, by changing the beliefs and changing the emotions that are associated to that belief, that is when catastrophic change happens in your money beliefs. Is when you actually feel the fear so much before you buy something, and that's when you choose to switch the money belief and really transform it. Not when you're sitting in your bedroom and you're like, oh yeah, these are my negative money beliefs. Okay, I'm gonna write down some of my negative money beliefs. And then, okay, so what belief do I want to believe instead? Like, yes, that is really powerful, but all the true money work and all the true abundance work is going to happen when you go out into the world and you start buying shit that scares you and you decide to change the feeling that you have when you buy shit that scares you. Because two things are happening. one, you're changing the way you feel about buying things. So you're actually aligning your energetic frequency to buy things that make you feel incredible, to buy things that are fucking expansive and expensive, right? So you're aligning yourself with that actually feeling good for you. And two, money is energy. And every single time that you buy something, every dollar has an energetic frequency to it. And when you can imagine your credit card as like a magic wand, right? And every time you wave it around, you're putting an intention into it. And what most people do is they buy something and they say, holy fuck, this is a lot of money and I'm really, really scared. And that is the magic intention that they put into their credit card. What happens when you cast a spell with the fear in it, with like scarcity mindset into it? It expands, right? So it's like, what intention are you putting into your purchases every single day, right? Really envision your credit card as a magic wand. And the more money you use, like the more magic that comes out of your wand, the more intention it is and the more power it has. So really saying like, okay, so this is like $600 or maybe it's like a 10K program, like who knows, whatever you're investing in, it doesn't actually matter how much money it is. Pretend it's a magic wand, and that the more money it is, the more power it has. So make sure that what you're saying and what you're feeling aligns with what you want to create, right? So transforming those beliefs to every time I spend $1, I get 10 times more. Every time I like pass my credit card, it means that I am gonna like kick ass in my business. Or every time that I use my credit card as a magic wand, like whatever the positive thing is that you really want to anchor in. Sometimes I go to a store, and this is a really powerful practice for anyone who's at like a financial state in their life where you feel like you've kind of reached a ceiling. That was kind of for me this year. Like our family hit 6-figure and it felt like so awesome because we're entrepreneurs and work from wherever we wanted. It's so kick-ass to really experience like, yeah, that 6-figure lifestyle, especially by 26 years old. I don't know. I'm just feeling super good about it. But we kind of like hit a money ceiling. So there was this powerful practice that I started doing. So I would go to a store, and no matter what price my bill would be, I would envision that it is like the next level of like a high intense price for myself. So let's say I was going grocery shopping and my bill was like $200 or something. For me, my next level investment on something is 20 grand. So that feels really scary for me. That feels really intense. That's something where if I was about to pay 20 grand, I would actually feel sweat kind of build up in my body. So when I would go shopping and I had to pay for my groceries, I would envision that my grocery bill was $20,000. So I would anchor in the vision of like, okay, this is $20,000. I have my credit card. I'm about to spend $20,000 on this. And I would feel the fear that came up in my body before I spent it. So you'll like, no matter what your number is, maybe your number is 500, maybe it's 2,000, maybe it's 10,000, like no matter what your number is, if you really allow yourself to envision like the number on the debit machine being that number, you'll feel it in your body. Like you will feel the visceral reaction. And what's powerful is when that visceral reaction comes up, that's when you get to transform it. That's when you get to instill the feeling of trust, instill the feeling of safety in spending that much money, and instill the feeling of like, this is power. This means I'm actually going to get so much more back, or whatever the heck intention you really want to put into your magic MasterCard wand. So when I go out, I'll envision like 20K. Cool. I'll feel my chest tighten. I'll feel my throat tighten. I'll like swallow. I'll feel my body, like I'll feel the temperature of my skin, you know? Like fear has this power of anchoring us so deeply into the present moment where nothing else matters. And I feel like that's kind of what happens to me when I spend an amount of money that is really, really intense. So what I'll do is I'll rewrite the emotion. So for me, when I'm about to spend like big money, the thought might come up of like, I'm gonna go broke. I'm not gonna be able to pay this back. This is gonna put me into tons of debt. And I'll shush out those thoughts and I'll instill the new thought. Every dollar I spend, I get 10 times back. Spending 20K right now makes me feel abundant, makes me feel fulfilled, makes me feel amazing. This is something I truly want, And the more I buy things that I want, the better I feel. So I'm really using that intention and that fake number. Like, money is just energy, so you can play around with it so much. So I'll use that fake number and anchor in the safety. I'll teach my body to feel safe and happy with spending that much money and with holding that much money in my energetic field. So that is such a powerful practice. And okay, let's get to questions. So I think it's to focus on financial goals by starting up, setting a milestone that can be achieved. I think consumerism mentality can be really overwhelming and toxic. Totally, yes. And like for me, I feel like it's so important to be the embodiment of abundance and of love. Like my favorite affirmation is like, I am money and I am love and I am abundance, because the more that we feel like we're giving and receiving from the overflow, it's less of a consumerism mindset, because we feel like we have it all anyways. And I really believe consumerism comes from scarcity. It comes from this idea that like, I don't have enough, therefore I need to buy tons of things because I never feel like I am enough. I never feel like I have enough. Never being full, never being fulfilled. I genuinely believe that working on scarcity mindset is what's going to completely change this entire planet. It's what's going to heal the entire world. Because when you look at over-polluted plastic in the ocean, when you look at overfishing, if anyone has watched Seaspiracy online, like, oh my God, it's crazy. You actually have to just watch that right away, but it's so wild. This problem on the planet that we have, which is overconsumption, right? Like, we're just buying shit all the fucking time, where we feel like we need so much, like hoarders, people's back, like, I can't even, like, just, there's just so much unfathomable need for so much stuff on our planet. And it all comes from this space of that we're not safe enough and that we don't have enough, right? So I genuinely feel doing this scarcity work and doing this work of anchoring trust in a sense that like I am fully supported no matter what happens is what's actually going to heal the world, is what's actually going to stop us from over consuming and overtaking and overpowering and just all these things that come from a sense of fear. Everyone who was watching this, thank you so much for keeping touch. I love you all. And if you have any questions, let me know and I'll be posting this on my Instagram. Take care.